This video is brought to you by Inside the Bubble. That's the name of the book. That's all about the villages. If you're considering going to the villages, and if you're considering spending $250,000 or more to live in your retirement home, or if you're considering buying an investment home in the villages, you should buy this book. This book is offered to you at a huge discount. You should go to the website www.insidethebubble.co/skip and receive a $10 discount on either the ebook or the regular book. There's more information in there that you need to read about the villages. It gives you all the insight information. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. Support my channel by buying Inside the Bubble book. Thank you. Hey, question and answer, maybe some comments. At the end of this video, I have a little surprise for everybody. A little surprise and a little something. Patricia Williams says, "Hi Skip, we are from Poughkeepsie, New York." Hi Poughkeepsie. I bought a courtyard villa. Your videos helped us a lot with all the info. Closed on it last week, coming down September 9th through 20th. Well, good for you. I'm glad my videos helped. Oh, it says here you bought a couple of shirts. Wear the shirts when you come down. If I'm here, and I don't know that I will be, but if I'm here, well, it says September 9th to the 20th. That means you're here now. Get a hold of me. Maybe Sue and I can meet you and have a sandwich or something. Robbie V. So this is Robbie and John from Kansas. We had dinner May of this year. Just wanted to share our good news. Hopefully you can view the video and photo included. I'm not very good at attaching things and taking videos, as you will see. Nobody really is, John. We're not professionals here. We're just a bunch of people getting ready to retire and have fun. We were in the villages last week. We should be full time sometime in January 2020. Probably a good time if you're in the Finney area down there, which I think you are. They should have the bridges mostly installed by then. We'll have connectivity, I believe, by January of 2020. A lot of the new rec centers will be open by 2020. And probably a good time, and especially in January when the people are freezing their butts off north. You're going to be down here calling your friends like everybody does, going, "Hey, what are you doing? Oh, you're just having a snowstorm. Oh, it's 78 degrees down here. We just got done playing pickleball." They hate that. That's why I do it. But congratulations. I'm glad you guys worked it out. Sylvain Lassard is a new Patreon member. Thank you, Sylvain. I appreciate it very much. Tom, I don't have a last name, but that's okay. You'll know who you are. I guess you went to Custom Windows and talk to them about enclosing your lanai. That's who I used. They did me a good job. I have no problem with them. Thanks for the referral, by the way, because I do get a little bit of a referral fee if somebody goes to Custom Windows and lets them know that I sent them there for whatever they get, whether it's an enclosed lanai or a new door, whatever. I get a little bit of a referral fee. Rizzo Fat Boy, I got your message sometime, and I don't know exactly when, Mr. Rizzo Fat Boy, but I'm going to take this RV and we're going to go down to the Keys there somewhere, Marathon Keys, I don't know where. And anyway, I'm going to, I just want to make sure I go to basically you say the right RV park, but I'm not real sure that there's a wrong RV park down there because the islands are so narrow that, you know, how can you have an RV park and not have something fairly close to the water? You know what I mean? But we're coming. I swear to you, we're coming. Those of you that got shirts and everything, they've all been shipped out except 2. And I was going to ship them out today, but Sue had to go to ladies' cards today, and that's down at Finney. One of the girls, they swap houses. There's like, I don't know how many girls there are. By the way, cheers. That's Moscato, if you want to know. And they go to different houses every week. This week it'll be your house, next week it'll be her house. You know how it is. Well, one of the ladies that plays cards is a house in Finney. So they went to her house today. So she has to take the car down there because, as you know, we don't have a golf cart trail that connects yet. So she has to take the car. So I can't go to the post office in my golf cart. So the packages are here, and or maybe not. Wait a minute, I don't see them over there stacked where I usually put them. You know, maybe Sue already took them this morning. I didn't get out of bed today at about 9 o'clock. Yeah, I bet Sue's already taken them down to the post office, so they're probably already been shipped. So everybody's has been shipped. Tony Delano, if I'm pronouncing that right. Yeah, they were shipped. I don't see them sitting here. So yours was shipped today. I don't have a tracking number right now, but I'll see about getting that for you. And by the way, anybody that's wanting to know any updates on the RV trip we got coming up, we're figuring on leaving Friday. I think in February, I'm going to take another fairly long trip. I'm going to go out to the California area in the desert because what I had planned on doing in February, I'm renting my house out, I think, in February. We've already got somebody that'll take it, so that ain't the problem. But I was going to go down to a very extreme southern part of Texas for a month, at least a month, and kind of play around down there. I got a cousin that lives down there. Then I've been in contact with him, and apparently, and I don't know why I didn't think of this, I kind of did, I kind of thought of it, that in the wintertime, the extreme southern part of Texas is no different than Florida, really. They have their snowbirds that go down there every winter, and I guess the campgrounds down there are plentiful, and in the wintertime, they're basically full. And I'm sure the rates down there in the wintertime are like it is here. They go way up in the winter. And he also told me that they have spring break down there also, usually around South Padre Island area. And they say try to avoid that area in, I believe, March, because the spring breakers down there are plentiful like they are here. We have certain areas in Florida where they're plentiful. So Pensacola Beach is one of them. And so, you know, I don't know if I'm going to go there in February or not. I may just continue a little further west, do a little boondocking along the way, hit a little campground here and there along the way, and maybe go all the way out to Quartzsite. Never been there. I know I've been through there in the semi-truck, but I've never actually been there to see what that's all about. I don't know it's about anything, really, but we thought about maybe doing that. So either way, we'll be gone for the month of February, I'm pretty sure. Oh, with any developments, you need to go to that RV channel. I'm not going to talk about the RV much on this channel at all because it doesn't pertain to the villages. The link to our RV channel is in the description box below, and that's where you got to go to go to the site and to subscribe. Now, if you are watching these on your TV, like a lot of them do, and I've got it on my TV too, I do know that there's not a lot of things below to where you can do that. Well, there is. You just have to know how to do it. Click your box to go to the bottom of the video, and a certain something will come up. Look to the far left of that little certain something that comes up. You'll see 3 little dots. Move click your box all the way over there to those 3 dots. Click on those 3 dots. And then there's another little box that'll come up, and in the middle of that box, you'll see a little red button there. Well, you have to go over to it. It says subscribe. Click on that, and now you're subscribed. You can't click on a bell, but you can click on that. And I do believe on your TV set, when you click on the subscribe button, the bell automatically is clicked on at the same time. Because I do that all the time, and I get notified all the time when a new video comes up. Sherry Kitson ordered shirts. Thank you, Sherry. Oh, Sherry Kitson is a Patreon member. Thank you, Sherry, twice. Thank you very much. Donald Gallagher, I guess I sent him 2 shirts and he was only supposed to get 1. I don't know how I done that. Usually that's the first. When they send these shirts, you have to understand when I order, and I never know really what to order, I guess. And somebody made a suggestion, so what I ought to do is put it out there on the channel saying who would be interested in any of these shirts. Give me how many you want, the size, so on and so forth. And then when I order, I'll know what I need to order in every size. It's not that easy. Trust me, it just never works out that way. So what I do is, last year I knew what I sold the most of in sizes. So this year I took a lot of that information for this year, and I want to do all the mailing myself. I know there's places I can go where you can go order stuff and they pack it, they ship it, and then they'll give me like $1 or $2 or something per shirt that's being sold and direct deposit it. Well, by the time it's direct deposited into a PayPal account, PayPal doesn't do that stuff for nothing. They charge you a little bit of something to do that. By the time you get done, it's really, I don't make anything. But I sold a lot of shirts, see, and I don't want to do that. I want to make a little something, and I don't make a lot. And I also want to be in kind of a little bit of control of the type of material. I could do those 3 t-shirt for $10 things, but who wants those? Everybody knows those things, they're just expensive garage rags. They're just no good. The printing is no good. And I'm not saying that what I have is the best of the best of the best, because I'm sure it's not. But it's generally pretty good. And I talk to these people on the phone. And so, you know, I'm familiar with them and their products. This year I changed material a little bit from last year, and it seems to be pretty good. I've got a couple, Sue got a couple. We've worn them. I think we've already washed one of them, one set of them, and it came out, the necks weren't all stretched out like a lot of t-shirts do. They seem to be pretty good. Who knows how long they'll last? I don't know. But I do appreciate everybody that, hear my dad's clock. Me and Sue love it when dad's clock goes off, because there was so many years that clock didn't work that hearing that clock is just like dad's here. So anyway, yeah, I just order a bunch. I knew extra large is a popular size. I ordered a bunch in both colors. I knew that 2X is a fairly popular size, so I ordered a bunch in both colors. Large is not as popular. I think large is a lot of what women wear. And I'm not picking on anybody, but I think, so I don't sell really that many large. So I didn't get really that many. And then wouldn't you know it, because my channel's grown a little bit since last year, that was one of the first sizes I run out of, was large. Everybody wanted a large. My wife wanted a large. She didn't get any either. Sorry. Next year, I'm probably going to, whatever we do next year, I'll have to order more large. So, and then next year, who knows? Everybody will be ordering extra large. It's just hard. So I just sell what I can sell, and I will always offer whatever it is that we're selling on this channel. I will always offer it to my Patreon members first, and they get notified first privately. It's never out there for anybody else to see. They'll get all their orders in and done. I even get on there 2 or 3 times and say that I'm wanting to close it out and move it to the YouTube channel. Get them in now, get them in now. And they do. And we get them shipped out. And then I move into the YouTube channel. And then whatever's left, we try to sell them. I don't have that many left right now. Anyway, that's what I got left. Next year, I'm thinking about moving into something different. I've already got an idea, but I'm working on it. We'll see. But thanks, Don. I appreciate it very much. Linda, I got your picture. It said you was checking on your RV. I'm going to show your picture. I am. Let me show you guys this picture. Look at there. Let me focus it in here. You guys see it? She's checking on her RV over there. It's a storage unit. Look at the shirt she's wearing. Yeah. That's a cool shirt there, Linda. I love it when people send me pictures of things like that. Got my shirt on over at the RV park, or show a picture of their new house they just bought or something. I love that. Wrestler Mania, got your email. Hey bud, you know the things that we had talked about a little bit, not a lot, but a little bit. My traveling experience with the RV, I don't know if you're subscribed to that channel or not, but you probably should be, might change. Instead of going to the southern part of Texas, which I'm not ruling that totally out yet, but it might change because southern part of Texas is extremely hot right now too. And I'm not sure how well this camper cools down yet. And so I'm kind of leery about that. So I might change my travel plans and kind of go up the East Coast a little bit. Somewhere along the line, I'm gonna detour around on some 2-lane roads here and there. And I may go up into the Pennsylvania area, And I may circle around Pennsylvania to go all the way over to maybe the Ohio area, somewhere kind of like in that area. Maybe even go all the way over into the Indianapolis area and see a couple of friends and whatever, and then come back down this direction. I don't know yet. But either way, I might be cruising through the Pennsylvania area. Maybe. I might even go up to upstate New York. I don't know that. So don't quote me on that, but just kind of keep an eye on that channel, and I'll post every day about kind of where I'm going to be from one day to the next. So, that way you guys will know. This is for Sue and Deb, really, but I'm sure there's no problem. If she hasn't answered you, she will. She gets behind sometimes, and I'm always telling her that, hey, on your guys' videos, I don't really answer those. Those are not my videos. I don't have answers to anything. So her and Deb really need to get on there and answer them comments. And I've told Sue, I don't know if she's told Deb or not, but Deb, if you're watching, you guys need to get on your own videos on there and answer the comments, because I don't have answers. Barry Knight says, great video. Can you show us the menu and pricing also? Yeah, I think they should do that. Can you go a lot of other country club restaurants to show the different atmosphere? Yeah, they can do that too. I know you're doing these videos for future villagers and just wanted to say thank you. Well, Barry, that's nice of you. But yeah, they can do that. I don't want to speak for them, but I don't see why they couldn't. I think what they're trying to do, though, not always trying to do, they're just trying to show other restaurants, other restaurants to go to other than the Villages stuff that everybody already knows about, other than future Villages. I mean, and they try to show the newer restaurants that's in town, that just opened up, that's coming to town. Like they were there when the Bluefin was like only a week old. They went over to Roberto's, I guess, when it just opened up that week. And then here, a video coming up this Thursday will be Pisano's or something like that. I've never been there. It's a new restaurant. I don't even know where it is. So that's why I can't answer any of these questions. I leave it to them because I don't go. I don't know. They won't let me go. Deb says that I embarrass her, so they won't let me go. But I'm just kind of like the neighborhood dog. Whenever they go out and eat, sometimes they bring me home a treat. Stephanie says, hi Skip, your videos were very helpful before we moved here, and now we have been here since June 30th. Hey, good for you. You asked for helpful videos to possibly use for your viewers. Well, what I meant was, if anybody has a video of something that they do in the Villages that's kind of interesting, that's different, informative, a restaurant you like better than any other restaurant, if you do a little video snips here and there, like send to your family members and things like that, like most people do, if you don't mind, if you want to share them, send them to me. If I get 10 or 12 people that does that, then I can take each video, kind of snip them together, and kind of show other people another point of view instead of my point of view or Sue's point of view, because we might be a little discriminatory about things because we love it here. It just gives people another point of view of how things are, and then other people could take these different points of view and kind of decide, do I want to go down there and do a lifestyle visit? Do I want to go down and check the place out? That's all that's for. It says below is a link of one I made of the car registration process we went through for our vehicle. Yeah, everybody has to go through that. It's easy peasy, really. The only confusing thing I believe that people get once in a while, and it really shouldn't be confusing, because you can just make a simple phone call over there and they'll tell you what you need to bring. And I think there's even a website you go to. I don't even remember the name of it. But yeah, you have to bring certain identifications with you, like your driver's license, proof. You got to have that. You got to have a birth certificate, I think, or a copy of your birth, but it's got to be a good birth certificate. It can't be a copy, that's right. Marriage certificate, something, stuff. An address here in the Villages, a bill with your name on it, like say from the electric company, a bill. There's a certain amount of stuff you got to take with you to get your first license plate for your car. I don't care if you're buying a car here. I don't care if you're transferring your car to Florida. You have to do that only one time. You have to do that. And also, when you buy your first license plate, it's a flat $400 registration fee. Everybody has to pay it. I had to pay it twice, because let me tell you something. Not only do you have to do the $400 fee, one-time fee for a car, car. And then after that, it's the natural fee every year, which is a lot cheaper. But when I bought that first motorhome, I had to pay that $400 fee again. I said, no, I already paid that. They said, yeah, but you've never had an RV license plate. So that's the same thing as having a new vehicle. See, once you buy the first license plate, then you don't pay that $400 anymore. But if you get an RV, that's a different license plate. $400 fee again. I don't know if that's true on motorcycles. I bet it is. You buy a motorcycle, $400 fee for that motorcycle. Just a little money game there. But I will check that video out and see if it's interesting. So the videos has to have content. In other words, you need to show the area that you're at, and you have to have good volume when you talk. A lot of people, they don't talk very loud. They talk like this. They have very good hearing, so they kind of talk like this, and they're looking around because they don't want other people to hear what they're saying. Well, the problem is when you're doing a video, I can't hear what you're saying. So those kind of videos, I cut them because they're just no good. But I'll take a look at it. John Catrich, this is a great segment to promote the hotel industry. What a bunch of maintenance worry and expense. Well, I'm glad you don't like it, John, but guess what? It's not your money, it's mine, so don't worry about it. Kathy, so how long did you work for UPS? 15 years. I worked for overnight transportation, and they bought overnight transportation out. And after they bought overnight transportation out, we became UPS employees. I always said I was drafted into the UPS Army. I could have went to work for UPS 30 years earlier. I chose not to because I didn't like UPS, didn't like their company ways. But I had enough time in with overnight for pensions. And by the way, overnight's pension plan, insurance plan, and everything was better than UPS. People argue about that, but I'm here to tell you I was there. I was there for both companies, and I knew overnight was better. They had some problems, but money-wise, insurance-wise, pension-wise, it was a better deal. So then when UPS took us out, I was drafted into the UPS Army. And I stayed there until I was 62 and a half, which was about 14 and a half years. I intended to work until I was 65, go on Medicare, because of the way UPS does the insurance thing. Once you're 65, the insurance is cut. Overnights wasn't that way. So anyway, so after changes they were making and things they were doing, 14 and a half years later, I just came home one day and told my wife, I said, get ready, because I said, I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it 65. I'm just tired of all this company crap. And that's the only way I can put it. And I came home one day after 62, I was 62 and a half, and I came home one day and told Sue, I said, that's it, I'm done. And after that, it was an argument about how I could retire or couldn't retire. They're telling me what I could and couldn't do. And that's what part about the company I got sick of. They think they can tell you everything, and I'm not that guy. So anyway, let's pause here, and I'll be right back. So anyway, Sue came home. I had to cut the video and go back in. I have to edit all this out. So at 62 and a half, I took my pension and left, even though UPS said I couldn't do that. It just cracks me up when somebody comes up to you and says, no matter what it is in life, you're saying, I'm going to do this, or I'm going to do that, and there's always somebody, right, and says, oh, you can't do that. Violates everything that I believe in, everything. I think I can do anything I want to do. It's America. I'm a free country. If you got a buck in your pocket, you can do it, and that's how I feel. So it says, you can't retire. My supervisor, I shouldn't say UPS, but he represents UPS, right? And the terminal manager even told me, he said, if you don't come to work, we're going to have to terminate you. And I said, you can't terminate me. I said, I retired. I told him yesterday, I'm retired. I'm not doing what you want me to do, and so I'm just not coming to work. This should be a whole nother video. I'm going to stop right here. I'm not even going to talk about UPS. New comment. This just came in, hot off the presses. Scott and Dawn. Yes, they are lowering the taxes, so that'll save a few hundred. And yes, the Wildwood police are our unfortunate response. Sumter County EMS and the village's fire department, of which news station just opened up about 2 months ago. Yeah, I read that, Scott. That they, well, we all knew that fire station was coming, right? I mean, they have to have it down there. And so I got no problem with that. Safety, safety, right? EMS is Sumter County, and I can only tell you that the fire department we have here, I had personal experience with them once. A guy I was playing golf with had a heart attack. You all know Heart Attack Bob. He's in Finney now. But when I called the fire department about the heart attack, and we was at Belle Glade sitting outside when he was having a heart attack. Of course, nobody outside even knew it. It was maybe, and I kid you not, because we could hear the fire trucks coming. 30 seconds into me calling the fire department, I heard the sirens go. And they're probably, I don't know how many miles they are away. That's the nice thing about most of the way a planned community is, like this one. You're never very far away from really anything. Within 3 minutes, if that, but I'm gonna say 3 minutes, they were parked in front of Belle Glade and coming through the country club with the gurney and all the equipment they needed to take care of Bob. Wheeled him out. And I mean ASAP. And within 25 minutes, this is amazing to me, he was at the Leesburg Heart Hospital and had a stent and was in recovery room that fast. So I told Sue, if I ever have a heart attack here, that's where I want to go for that. Because that, to me, was just so impressive. You hear a lot of bad things about medical care down here in Florida, and I've heard them too. And I'm not saying that they're not all true. But I can just tell you that I've had some experiences with hospitals and doctors, and Sue has, that's been nothing but positive. And I know other people, and I'm not going to mention names, but I know other people that's going through, they are getting wonderful treatment. They'll tell you themselves. So I know people's had knee replacement surgeries that's gotten along just fine. They recommend it. I know other people's had hip replacement surgeries that's gotten along just fine. I have a friend here that had heart transplant, and he's going into his 10th year, and he's getting along as fine as could be expected. Let's put it that way. I mean, let's face it, when you take your heart out and put another one in, I mean, there's going to be unforeseen problems, you know. But he's pushing 80. But he's basically getting along just fine. He drives, he gets around. I go down and have a beer with him once in a while. He's not a beer drinker, he's a wine drinker, and he kept a sense of humor. He's a fun guy. I like him a lot. Yeah, and the medical problems that I've had, which hasn't been really many. I went to Villages Hospital. I had no problem whatsoever. And I know you're going to hear a lot of complaints about the Villages Hospital. My experience with them has been positive. But there are stories, and you still hear them. In most cases, I don't know the whole story. So I can't say I agree or disagree. I don't know. There has been some news and newspaper articles that you really can't argue with. Like a few years ago, somebody in Tampa, and I don't remember the whole story, but you could probably Google it, where a doctor actually removed the wrong leg from a patient. Wow, how do you screw that up? So I'm sure some of them do happen. I can only tell you that our experience has not been nothing like that. You'll also hear stories about how the Villages is something like STD capital of the United States or something. That's all bull. It's been proven 100 times that story was started by, if I remember right, a doctor in Miami wrote an article that he was talking about the states, and somehow the name Villages got in this article, I don't know what, and the story just took off, and it's still there to this day. And the old STD thing about the Villages has been totally proven wrong. It's nothing that's there's no secure article, there's no anything to prove anything. Are there STDs here? I'm sure there probably are, like in every other city, including the one you're living in right now. Are there drug problems here? I'm sure there are, just like the city you're living in right now. Listen, this is a retirement community, but we have to, because we're growing. We're 140,000 people now, growing. So when you get into a city that size, you're going to have problems. But it's all on a percentage scale, 1% for this, 2% for that. But when you have 20,000 people, which is what the villages used to be, the 1%, 2% was like nothing, right? 140,000 people, the 1%, 2% still there, but it's more people because we have more people. That's all it is. But other than that, most of the medical stuff down here is not a big deal. But Scott, I see that you guys have settled in now. You're getting around. He shoots me a video once in a while, and I appreciate it. And if you've got an activity you and your wife are doing, or whatever you think's of interest, or a special restaurant, you guys send me those videos, and I'll see about piecing a little clip together and show other people your side of it. Oop, I got another comment on Edna's on the Green. Oh, I just done that video. It says, great job. Thanks, Jane. That was kind of an impromptu video. I never really planned on doing the video, but any of you that watch my videos that know me, I don't much plan anything. I take my cameras about everywhere I go. I got 3 that I basically use. My go-to camera is the GoPro 7, only because of the stabilizer built in. And so I grab that one a lot. I put it on top of the golf cart. I carry it with me. I grab it a lot. My good camera is basically this one. It's a Canon with a shotgun mic and everything on it. And I think it does better video. The pictures seem more sharper. Plus I can set it for different things. And then I also have a GoPro Black 5. That was my first GoPro camera, and I love that camera because of the simplicity of it. It's waterproof. You can take it underwater down to 30 feet, and you don't have to have a case or anything for it. The sound quality on all the GoPro cameras, the 7's better than the 5, but the audio quality on all GoPro cameras, I don't know about the older ones, the 3s or whatever, suck. You got to have an external mic. And of course you can't do that when you're underwater, but you can't talk underwater anyway. Somebody said that. Well, what good is an external mic if you go underwater? You can't talk underwater, dummy. The GoPro 5, I love it because of simplicity. I can download videos, I can upload videos, I can switch the camera settings, easy peasy. The 7's a little different. They've added things to it, so it makes things different. You can do it, but to connect the GoPro camera 7 to my cell phone, it's a little more effort to get it done. Once you get it done, it's fine, but it takes a little more to get it there. The GoPro 5 is almost instantaneous. You know, just hit connect, and then of course you got your Bluetooth on your phone open, and it says trying to connect with your GoPro 5. You hit OK, boom, done. And I like that. So sometimes when it's something like this where I can set it up at home, and Sue has this camera maybe, I will use that GoPro 5 for one of these. And the only thing is it only shoots in 1080, which is no big deal on YouTube. Most people don't know the difference anyway. And the GoPro 7, I have the option of shooting 4K at 60 frames per second, which is great for slow motion shots, which I don't hardly do any of them. I do some, but not many. So that's the question and answer. Let's get to the part at the end of the video. I'm going to give some stuff away. I haven't given anything away for a long time. My Patreon members, and only they know what those are. I give it to them whenever we have a meet and greet, or I meet somebody personally. Sometimes I give them stuff. I got a couple of things here I can give away to whoever wants them. 2 different people, not the same person, 2 different people. Would you guys like to have a free Villages magazine? Now we get these every month in a newspaper. So, and I know a lot of you don't know what this even is, but it's basically a magazine, has a lot of stuff in it. A lot of contractors advertise in the Villages magazine for work. And there's coupons for stuff, and you know, it talks about different things. Like here's a little article about the Sharon Morris Performing Arts Center. Whoops. It shows the building and some of the stuff that goes on there, and when and where and all that. And then there's in the middle, there's a little section that would probably interest a lot of you. Shows the pictures of the new series homes, of what they're called. Here's what they are, and it even has prices. You know, there's one for $395, there's one for $300, there's one for $371. Whatever, what is that? The Veranda series. Veranda series is a popular series right now. A lot of people buy them. They're pricey, but they are nice. Here's one here for $257. There's one for $245. It's called a Monarch. No, that's the village. In the village of Monarch Grove for $245. It's called a Sunkissed. That's the model. Don't know anything about them. And here's one for $237. It's called, it's in the village of Monarch Grove also. And it has a golf cart garage for $237. Wow. It's called a Touche Terrace. No, wait, that's the address. Never mind. A Pearl. Oh, I see. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. That's why the price with the golf cart garage is so cheap. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. It's called a Pearl. Anyway, that's in here. And that's, if you guys want this, email me that I want the Villages magazine. I'll put your name in a hat and draw a name out before we take off, and I'll mail it to you free of charge. You have to send me your mailing address. That's why I say email it. Don't put it on the comments below. Email me a message saying, I want the Villages magazine. And we'll see about getting it to whoever wins it. Next one I'm going to give away is a big one as far as I'm concerned. Inside the Bubble. You've heard me talk about this magazine a lot. This is the basic sponsor I have for all my videos. He takes care of me, and I try to take care of him by selling this book, advertising this book, because it's a great book. I have read the book. Sue has read the book. And being here for 25 plus years like I have been, and seeing this place grow, I know a lot of the accurate information, and I'm amazed by how much accurate information is in here, how much information is in here that I didn't even know. It's a great book. So if you want this book, email me again and say, I want the Inside the Bubble book. I'm going to reiterate what I just said because I don't think people listen sometimes. Email me. Do not put any comments below this video that you want this book. I'm not going to look at those. Email me. I want this is what I want you to say in the email. I want the Inside the Bubble book. Send me the Inside the Bubble book. Something like that. And I'm going to put all the names that people email me into a hat. Basically, I'm going to draw a name out. Whoever that name is, I'm going to email you back. And then you can email me your address and I will send you this book free of charge. The reason why I don't want it on the comments is I don't want to communicate with you through comments because public information. Obviously you can figure that out, right? So email me. Now those of you that ask, how do I get your email address? It's below every video. My email address is down there. Every video has my email address down there. Go down there, click on it. I want the Inside the Bubble book, or send me an email message saying I want the Villages magazine. And I'll send you either one of them. So, see you guys on the other side.